Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal, and over the last few weeks, this channel has been closely covering the next major content update for Dragonflight patch 10.2, where we've been able to highlight everything from the newest content, brand new features, and most importantly, a ton of class changes. With 10.2 set to release in just a handful of weeks, there isn't much time left for you if you're still yet to pick your next main going forward. And that's the question on the minds of many, as I've gotten messages from you guys asking me for recommendations on what you should potentially pick up for the patch 10.2. Most of the recent messages have been focused on PvP specifically, with many hoping to find the right class with that competitive edge for battlegrounds, arenas, and even the 5v1v1 community duels. For now though, it is hard to fully evaluate all of the classes to pick out which one is going to be truly the best, at least until the final set of class tuning numbers is officially released, which usually happens shortly after the update officially goes live. But what we can do is help highlight some of the classes that have seen the biggest improvements so far over their time during the development of the 10.2. Classes which have seen themselves grow, whether defensively, offensively, or with brand new utilities, which could potentially help grow their popularity if you plan to exclusively focus on PvP content for the 10.2. But right before we get into that, most of you guys watching these videos are still not subscribed. However, the more of you remind, the more of you do, so let's keep it going. Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell if you're watching these videos anyway, especially if you want to get more regular content regarding Dragonflight 10.2 or any of the future updates going forward. The first class worth highlighting off the bat is the Shape-Shifting Druid, starting with a healing spec of Restoration. Resto Druids are set to receive a new talent of Call of the Elder Druid, which causes you to gain access to Heart of the Wild temporarily whenever you change shape into a form more suited for combat. Heart comes with a few different benefits, like a sturdier defense in bear form if you ever require immediate protection. Cat form increases your resource generation on top of additional melee damage, while balance form speeds up your cast time while increasing the intensity of offensive spellcasts. Getting access to the hybrid benefits of Heart of the Wild allows you to better contribute when it comes to group encounters. Combined together with recent hybrid damage increases for PvP, allows Restoration to leverage the ability to turn the tables on their foes. And recent buffs to base healing have made them more consistent and far less reliant on major cooldowns to save their allies from the brink of danger. Besides this, Feral Druid tier set is also quite potent and synergizes extremely well within PvP, allowing them to take the forward charge when it comes to securing arena takedowns with every single cyclone. Balanced Druids have been able to benefit from solid representation all throughout Season 2, and are receiving a myriad of talent adjustments to allow for better build diversity, which will only strengthen them as they head into the Season 3. Next, I wanted to highlight the class of Priest, where the spec of Discipline has seen an exciting new set of changes over its time in the patch 10.2. Part of the disc talent revamp is to simplify parts of their rotation and reinforce their ability to heal through atonement damage gameplay, which might allow them to be a bit more aggressive within PvP. Healer Priests have also seen a bit more reliability when it comes to emergency healing, as Power Word Life can no longer fail to save allies from imminent danger. Finally, Disc Priests also get a new major cooldown of Ultimate Penitence, which lets them burst damage or healing at enemies or allies. During the time, you are immune to crowd control and can shield yourself for a portion of your health, becoming nearly untouchable, which overall results into a powerful cooldown that allows them to stabilize their allies and hopefully turn the tides of a combat engagement in their favor. And while not nearly as flashy, Holy Priests are also getting a solid tier set, which allows them to leverage Holy Ward's healing to quickly top off their allies, while Shadow Priests gain additional defensives through improved Focus Will, which allows them to further dampen physical damage from most melee aggressors, together with a solid tier set which amplifies instant cast damage, burst damage, as well as generates some execution value. But out of every single class in the game, Rogue is the only one that is seeing the biggest set of class-defining changes for the patch 10.2, which transforms the class and specs talents in a variety of different ways, from new defensives as well as utility gains to new gameplay options available for all three playstyles. Assassination is still the master of bleeds and poisons, but given even more in-depth talent customizations. and even gains an exciting new execute mechanic, which passively executes the targets whenever they get dangerously too low. Subtlety gains additional burst damage through a revamped Shadow Blades, which lets them unleash a flurry of finishers in quick succession, and is currently capable of some unbelievable damage as of this moment over on the PTR. Finally, the spec of Outlaw gains a burst phase thanks to the new capstone of Crackshot, which allows them to leverage consecutive crit damage to make more of an impact within PvP. Next, we have the class of Warlock, which has seen additional improvements specifically for Season 3. Starting with Demon Skin, which now gains additional armor, which should make Warlocks quite a bit more tanky against most melee aggressors. Out of all three specs, Affliction is the primary spec, seeing the most conveniences, with talents like Jinx, which helps them save on a couple of globals by putting a cost on cursing your targets. Burst damage of Oblivion has also become a little bit less expensive to cast, and the overall base damage of the spec and the damage over time effects has also grown considerably within PvP combat. Demonology has seen a bit of a power restructure, which empowers basic demonic summons and warlock abilities while taking a bit of power away from some of their major cooldowns, which will likely result in greater consistency for Demonology specifically, which is a spec known for summoning powerful demons like the Tyrant or the Pit Lord. The issue arises is when these demons misbehave, whether it is the consequence of dealing with a pet AI or potentially a bug that messes with their targeting. When these powerful summons cannot connect with their target, then it really takes the impact away from your entire bursty setup. Finally, the spec of Destruction has not seen too many incredible new changes in the 10.2. But their tier set fits them perfectly for PvP gameplay, with regular refreshes of Nether Portal to help you maximize mobility, sustain, and even some burst capabilities. And finally, I think it is worth going over the utility tools coming to the class of Warrior. While most are gaining either additional damage tuning or talent build variety, Warriors are getting a few more PvP talents to help provide even more group support. Starting with the talent of Safeguard, which makes its historic return, granting Intervene 2 charges while providing your allies with a 20% damage mitigation for a handful of seconds, which adds to their group-wide contribution. Using Shouts with the Battlefield Commander adds additional combat benefits, like stamina increase from Battle Shout, greater control with Piercing, shorter cooldown for Intimidating, freedom of movement with Rallying, and additional damage amps against targets bleeding from Thunderous Roar. Finally, Storm of Destruction has also been adjusted, becoming available for both the specs of Arms and Fury, reducing the cooldown of either Blaze Storm or Ravager, while ensnaring all targets into a crippling crawl, reducing their movement by 70%, which allows you to apply constant control and potentially some serious pressure, making it much harder that your target escapes certain death. On top of it, Warriors are set to gain a fantastic tier set, where Arms gets to focus on sustained damage through bleeds, while leveraging executes to help set up opportunities, and where Fury gains additional burst through Odin's Fury with a Bloodthirst focus combination. And for now, this is going to be the full list of classes seeing some of the biggest improvements specifically when it comes to the PvP content so far for the patch 10.2 PTR. As per usual, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it informative, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And as always, in the description of every single video and live stream, we have a link to our Discord community channel. Probably the best place to reach out to me directly in case you want to let me know what you thought about this video or hang out with the rest of the community to discuss some of the upcoming changes. Join our Discord to become part of the community. But otherwise, thank you all so much for watching this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know all of your thoughts down below. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.